Okay, I'm back. We need to get, let's see if we can do graphics. Resolution. We want windowed and then borderless and sound. We want sound in background. Hopefully we have that. Background is on. Okay, cool. All right, we don't have my cursor. I have to unlock the cursor to go from monitor to monitor, which I guess is okay. So I was too bad Volstay disappeared. I was hoping he'd come back. Volstay, come back, Volstay. Anyways, so I was doing a couple things. Let's see. This is one thing, and then where is? Okay. Okay, so I was kind of going through like a Throne of Liberty complete, new beginner player guide because I don't really know Throne of Liberty that well. Apparently, a couple of months ago, they created some servers that were like kind of like catch-up servers, like kind of like how BDO has like these, like new player servers that allow people to level quickly. But I guess they're not doing that anymore because I don't see anything on these servers that list, Oh, just wife gold. Anyways, yeah, no, I had streamed a minute earlier and I had to stop the stream because my wife called and I didn't know she was at the hospital. I didn't know if she was going to come home and stay here tonight, but she's staying with her at her parents' house tonight, so I can freely stream without any interruptions tonight, and then she'll be back tomorrow. But so I've been looking at a couple different things with Throne of Liberty. One of the things that was interesting was this video comparing this guy, this Pauline Niaishe or whatever. It's interesting how there's like 54 thumbs down on this video and 129 thumbs up. It's interesting. Like, I don't really agree with everything he says, but I kind of agree with some of the stuff he says. Like when you look at this, he says huge world with distant locations, and this one says empty world, small map, no memorable places. I don't really agree with that. I think there's lots of memorable places in Ion 2, but I haven't played Throne of Liberty enough to know how big the map is. Also, the map, he says small map. I thought the map in Ion 2 was rather large. I mean, not like massively large, but I felt like it was, pretty big. So, anyways. And then next thing he talks about is he's comparing, I don't know what these numbers, he's giving it a score of like who wins. Now he's saying enemy loads reference. This is true. This is 100% true. And in fact, it was brought up in the Ion 2 developer streams where they're trying to get the load distance to be greater because it's a problem in PvP. What's happening in PvP is you'll be fighting mobs out in the abyss in PvP, and an enemy character will almost literally like pop up right next to you. So you won't see him right away, like the load distance is too close. So you can see here, notice how he's saying enemies load right in front of the character. You can see they're loading, see how these enemies just popped in literally like a few feet away. I personally didn't notice this as much when I was playing, so I don't know if this is, and I was playing on 180 ping, so I'm not sure. This is one of those things where you could easily go into your graphical settings and turn down your draw distance and mimic the fact that it looks like they would be loading right next to your per player if you wanted to fake it and make it sound like that Ion 2 is really bad. But which I would be skeptical except for the fact that in the developer stream they mentioned this as an issue in PvP and it's something they're trying to address. So I 100% know that this is actually an issue in Ion 2, that the loading of characters is not happening at a far enough away distance, So this is true. This is true. There is an issue with this in Ion 2. And then here he says monsters load right in front of the character. You can see they're loading right about, and they're still, this is what I experienced, is about this distance. See where the character is on the right and where the character gets selected. That's about where I was seeing people load in. Let's go ahead and rewind. You can see here there's no monster here where my cursor is. And then I click, Actually, I guess it was right there. Let's rewind this a little bit. Actually, let's rewind it even a little bit further. Yeah, see here, there's no monster. And there, that they popped in. So, and then if you look over here on the left, you can see that monsters are popping in quite a bit further away. Look, he's way up in the air, and this monster down here is popping in, right? And these monsters here. So he's quite a, much further away. So for sure, you got to give Throne of Liberty the nod on that one. So we're seeing 80 plus meter view and target distance. Player visible at 60 meters can't target at 40. Maybe he means can target. Oh, can't target at 40 plus. So you can see a player at around 60, but you can't actually target him until you're less than 40. So that's not good. So he's clicking there. So 48 meters. Let me rewind that. Yeah, I'm not... Yeah, he has him targeted, and it's 48 meters. Can't target at 40 plus meters. I don't understand, because he has him targeted at 40. He's targeted at 48 meters. That's not really worded right. Yeah, so that's a little bit confusing. Bots at every spot already crashed the market. This is true. Bots are everywhere in Ion 2. And you'll notice the bots because you'll see loot on the ground. You'll see tons and tons of loot because the bots are only set to pick up important things like leather or gold. They're not going to pick up anything that's not important. And here he says no bots. I haven't played Throne of Liberty, so I can't confirm that there's no bots. But if there's no bots in Throne of Liberty, that would be a really big... That would definitely be a nice benefit over Ion 2. The one thing I do like about Throne of Liberty's visuals is they do feel crisper. Let's take a look. Like these textures on the wall. It could just be the light's hitting them a certain way, but they maybe it's probably not. They're not really crisper. And actually, this looks higher resolution texture on the ground than this one on the left. So we'll see. So yeah. So a lot of bots in Ion 2, not really a lot of bots in Throne of Liberty apparently. And they did have a report system in Ion 2. I think they did, but then they were gonna put it in, but then they decided not to because they were worried people would mass report people, kind of like how they do in World of Warcraft. Here they actually have a convenient report system. So yeah, just whatever. There's a reporting system. I don't see this as a huge deal. It's nice that there's a report system though, because I do get irritated when I see bots in Ion 2, and I would like to be able to report and I can't. This is pretty cool. Like in Throne in Ion 2, you can't drag items from your bag to your bank or just transfer it directly. You have to transfer it into a middle, kind of like middle. There's like a middle bag in the middle of the screen. It's like when you basically right click the item in your bag, it moves it to like this kind of temporary location, and then there's a button you click that says store in bank, and once you click that button, then it moves you from the temporary location to your bank. So there's an intermediate step moving stuff from your personal inventory to your bank. You can see here, mobile UI, I have to click plus click, no dragging. So yes, you do have to click multiple times to move from your bag to your bank, which I'm assuming here that's not the case. And here you do also have the left click and drag. You can see he's left clicking and dragging items here. He's got his bank and his personal. He's just right clicking it right into it. Look at all this shit this guy's got. He's got quick deposit. There's also filters on quick deposit. He's got nice PC UI, and he's also got filters where he can actually say quick deposit settings. And I guess you can actually tell it what to deposit. Like I guess there's different tabs, which is nice. So it breaks out your bank tabs by type. Like you've got gear, you got consumables. You probably got like craftable reasons for armor smithing. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe like gatherables like herbs and ore. I don't know. Probably herbs. And then just whatever bag is. Maybe it's quest or just stuff that isn't these other things. So this is better for sure than Ion 2. And that's where he had to click the store button. So he had to right click, and then hit store to move it. So yeah, that's definitely sucks. And here you can see he just left clicks and drags food and drops it onto his hotbar, which you cannot do in Ion 2. In Ion 2, what you have to do is you have to left click the item. It'll bring up a context menu, and in the context menu you have to click like the open thing, I think, and then once you click the open, then you go down, like you click this, then you click the little box that looks like a box opening. So you left click that, click the box, then go down here and click where on the hotbar you want to place the food, and then it places the food. So it's like 3 clicks. Whereas here you just left click, drag, done. Yeah, here you can see. Let me show you again. Here she shows a little bit on the right. So here, see, he left click and that gives you the box. See the box? Oh, so you don't click twice. You just click once, and then you go down here and click to where you want to put it. See, and here you can click on something and then click the minus sign to remove it. Again, this is mobile. And the other thing is, this is another thing that you can complain about this currently, but they said before the game launched that the UI that we would be getting was pretty much the UI that was meant for mobile, that they were working on a PC specific UI, but they hadn't finished it yet. And they have said multiple times that the PC UI is in development. So all these issues with the UI in Ion 2 could be going away. I mean, it should be going away. They've said it in multiple dev streams that they are working on a PC. So these issues exist now, but they shouldn't exist forever. So I don't want to make it look like that's not something that could possibly be fixed. Ooh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I just saw something. Check this out. In Throne of Liberty, we have a UI. We have a layout editor. We definitely don't have this in Ion 2. This is a big deal to me. Being able to go into a UI editor and move your party window where you want, maybe move certain like your target windows where you want. There might even be scaling. Hopefully there's scaling in some of these windows so we can make them smaller. That's a big win. That's a big win because Ion doesn't have that at all. All right, so anyway, all right, let's go to the next one. So, okay, so and same skills. Hey, this is interesting. Like he talks about, dude, like nobody watches my streams anymore. Of all state, once I stopped streaming WoW, it's like everybody just, no one comes to watch my streams anymore. Like they only cared about streaming World of Warcraft apparently. So we're going through this video again. Check this out. The UI in Throne of Liberty does have a layout editor, which Ion 2 does not have at all. So that's pretty cool. So in Throne of Liberty, we do have this. We do have a layout editor, which is nice. Now, this next one I think is really interesting. It says here on the right that in Ion 2, you have the same skills, repetitive, no choice, full target combat, very RNG. There's a lot to digest here. First off, he says full target combat, which I'm not really sure what that means. This is not true, and I think he doesn't understand Ion 2 well enough because you can go in Ion 2 settings to remove targeting. Like when you watch me play Ion 2, I will never have anyone targeted. Like these little arrows that appear above this mob with the target doesn't show up on my Ion 2 at all because I have gone into the targeting settings and turned off automatically target people that I'm hitting, right? Like by default, if you go up to a mob in Ion 2 and hit it, it will automatically target them. I've turned that off. The only way I can target a mob in Ion 2 is to hit to be taking this little circular cursor here, put it on a mob, and then hit the tab key. Once I do that, then they're targeted. But I don't do that because it's not necessary. Like the only time you'd want, in PvP, it would be really useful to do that. You would like let's say there's a healer to my left. Let's say this little dude here, right here that my mouse cursor is on is a healer. And this guy's the one I'm trying to kill, and this is the healer. I could hover my mouse cursor, or I could turn my character until I get the circle on this character, hit the tab key, which would target this character, then walk up and have the circle on this person and be hitting this person with my abilities. But when I use a targeted abilities, because some abilities will attack your target, and then other abilities will just attack whatever you're currently soft. Let's just call this a soft target. This is a soft target, and then this here is the hard target. So if you hard target this one, soft target this one, some abilities hit your soft target. Some abilities will always hit your hard target. So if I do, for example, a pull, my Templar ability that does a pull, which pulls the mob to me, right? Think of it as, like, get over here. If I am hitting this guy and he's my soft target, and this guy over here is my hard target. If I'm attacking this guy and I hit my get over here ability, it's going to pull the guy over here that's hard targeted, right? So the targeting in Ion 2 is actually pretty cool. It actually gives you a lot of flexibility. Now I don't know. It says same skills repetitive. This is true. Ion 2 combat is you basically have your main abilities on your bar that do damage. Like for me, like the Templar, when I pull like 5 or 6 mobs, I have about 4 abilities that do AoE damage. And I'll pull a bunch of mobs together, and then I'll just go through those abilities one at a time. Boom, 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 boom. Then when I go through all 4 of those abilities, they're all on cooldown. And then while I'm waiting for those abilities to go on cooldown, I have maybe a couple other abilities that are single target damage abilities, but most of the time I'm just going to be doing left click, right click attacks. So it is very same skill, and it is very repetitive. And I think the combat in Ion 2 could be fixed, could be greatly improved, like greatly improved. And again, I would look at Terra, because Terra, the cooldowns are much shorter, and in Terra, certain skills execute faster if they're executed after another skill. And the other thing that they do in Ion 2 is something they did in Ion 1, where skills chain off of, like, you use one skill, then it chains into the next one. Now you can change the skills it chains into. You can actually move skills around in the skills editor window. So you could say, okay, when I use my V key here, then this other skill, like maybe the 4 skill, is going to be highlighted, and I could just hit the V key again, and then it would execute this skill here, this little red sun or orange sun, right? If I put that in my skill window template in the same column, because it gives you a column, and you say, oh, I'll put this ability here, and then in the slot above that in this column, I'll put this ability, this little orange sun, and then when I hit this skill in the game, the orange sun's going to appear right up here on the screen, and I can just hit the V key again, and it'll execute that ability. So you can move them around, but it still is kind of weird. It's still kind of hokey. Like in Terra, it doesn't really work that way. Like certain abilities will proc when you use other abilities. And in Ion has that as well. Like in Ion, if I dodge, it will open up a specific ability that I can use as a Templar. And that ability is predicated on the fact that I've dodged previously. So there's a mix, there's a mix mash. But this is very true that it can be same skill repetitive. I agree with this to some degree. Now he says no choice. I don't really agree with that, because like I said, you can change. Actually, it's kind of true. You don't really have a lot of choice on what you're doing, but no choice is like you can change your stigma skills. So the skills here in the middle, the Z, X, C, V, are your stigma skills. You have I think around 10 of those. So right now he's got these 4. You can change your skills. You can go into your skills at any time and swap these to different skills. So you do have a little bit of choice on what skills you have that are available to you. But once you're in combat, then the combat does feel interesting. Now on the left, he says the combat with movement and variety. The movement, I'm not going to lie, the movement in Throne of Liberty, and we'll look at it when we're actually playing the game, but the movement in Throne of Liberty feels like just World of Warcraft. I mean, is it really necessary to move? I mean, I think it is, because I think a lot of times mobs, if they're melee, they can't hit you if they're not right next to you. So you will be moving like he's doing. See how he's moving and backing up? That's going to be good, because this mob, if he's melee, he can't hit you until he gets close. So you will be moving, that you just want to move, right? See, like this mob can't hit him because he's out of range, but he's in range. So again, the same thing would be true in Ion. In Ion 2, it says combat with movement and variety. Well, in Ion 2, if I was a ranger, I would be doing exactly what he's doing. I'd be moving away from the mob and shooting him. So it'd be identical. So we need to play this. We need to play Throne of Liberty to see if this is actually really true. I do think there's more variety in the combat system actually, I know there's more variety, because in Throne of Liberty, it's like, think of like how in New World, your skills are based on your weapons. In Ion 2, if you're a Templar, for example, you only have one weapon you can use. That's it. One weapon. That's it. You can only pick one weapon. That's it. You can't use anything else. In Throne of Liberty, you can use any of the weapons at any time. Well, not at any time, but you go to your skill window and you swap them out. If you want to use a sword and a shield and a book and a wand as your 2 weapons, you can. If you want to swap that out and use a great sword and maybe dual wield 2 daggers or something, you can do that too. So you have a lot more variety on your weapons. Here it says stunning, memorable, unique locations, and on the right it says every location is the same, dead and lifeless. Um, Again, the dead and lifeless is completely untrue. The reason it looks dead and lifeless is because he's way up in the air, and so he's just not seeing what's actually down there. And you won't see it until you fly down and land because the loading distance. Same thing here. I mean, you can see I don't see anything in this location that makes it not look dead. Yeah. Yeah. Was it 300K? I don't even know. Well, are you using Steam? Okay, well, it says here that the 30-day gain is quite a bit, dude. Oh, or oh, that was this one. I'm sorry, wrong one. Okay, so when did Ion 2 come out? When was, I think it was December 11th, right? When was Ion 2 released? Ion 2 was released on November 19th. So right about here. Dude, it looks pretty consistent. I don't know what you're looking at on the Steam charts, dude. This looks, you're looking at the all-time peak, but I mean, if you're looking at, it looks very consistent. The peaks are around, are around what, 13,000 players? It's going down slightly. Here the peaks around 11,000. 11,400, 11,300. So it's going down a little, but it's going down a little, but it's still holding. What I'm thinking is going to happen though is what I'm thinking is that it could go up. Ball State, because of the people that left New World. Where are all the people who left New World? Where are they going to go? Right? I think some of them might end up in Throne of Liberty. I also think, because I think if you played, because a lot of people aren't really going to play Ion 2 if they're not in, Taiwan or Korea, right? If you had a choice to play Throne of Liberty or Ion 2, like I went Ion 2 just because I played Throne of Liberty once before and I didn't like it. But I didn't get far enough into the game, and supposedly they've updated the game a lot since, because remember the game's been out a while now. So supposedly they've updated the game a lot. So I'm hoping they've fixed some of the issues that I didn't like with the game, specifically the key binding, and also so hopefully if they fix the key binding, I don't know. And there's a few skills that I'm not really a fan of, so we'll see how it is. I may still hate Throne of Liberty based on how the combat skills are key bound, and there's some stuff that I wasn't a real big fan of. But here's all, so all on launch, what was it? 170,000, like all-time peak, 333,000. But I mean, it went down really quick, like literally like November, December, January. I mean, just in a span of 2 months, it went from 170,000 to 53,000 in 2 months. So, this is common for any MMO. We don't see a lot of MMOs like that hold their shit very well, If you look at New World had their release, right? You can see this big jump here is when New World released their expansion, and their expansion was very, very well received, right? It was so well received. Then they came out and made a huge mistake. What they did, what Amazon did, was really wrong. Like, they had a big surge after their patch, because it wasn't just a patch. I thought it was like an expansion, and it was a well received expansion. Yeah, and then it didn't get shut down. It didn't get shut down really. They just said we're not going to release any new content. So I don't think they said when they're going to shut down the servers yet. But once they said, hey, this is the last big update, we're not going to do any more big updates to the game, then everybody left, because you're like, well, if you're not going to update the game, why am I here? So what I'm saying is you've got 49,000 players, and then now you're down to 1,000. So where did those 48,000 players go? Because they went somewhere. And I still think some of those players are trying to figure out where they're trying to go. And maybe some of them went to Where Winds Meet, I think Where Winds Meet has pulled a lot of people away from possibly like, I mean, look at that. Where was me? Look at that. 143,000 players today. Jesus, that's a lot of players. And I don't really understand the appeal. It's not my kind of game. I don't like the combat. I don't like the world. It's just not my aesthetic. So I'm gonna guess that maybe a lot of the New World players are playing this, maybe. So I don't know. So anyways, the stunning, memorable location, unique locations. I don't know. Like every location is the same. I would say the locations look very similar in Ion 2, but I would never say they're dead and lifeless because they're not. They're not dead and lifeless. In fact, if you go to these areas, I mean, if you go watch me in Ion 2 and look at me go to a city, they're fucking full of people. I was crafting earlier today, and there must have been 20 people next to me crafting. So I certainly don't feel that feels dead and lifeless. So this seems really like a stretch on that one. Oh, most of them are Chinese. That's interesting. Mechanics are optimized for mobile players. This is true. This is very true that the mechanics are optimized for mobile players. And that's why the mechanics so far from what I've seen are always pretty much the same. Like the boss will do there's a few variations in their moves, but they're not very complicated. And here, unless this multi-year experience of the devs makes TL a much better choice with unique and complex boss fights. I haven't seen the boss fights, but I'm going to probably agree with this and say that, yeah, I'm sure Throne of Liberty's boss fights are more complicated. You know. The fights in Ion 2 are all very similar. I liked this. I thought this was cool. Both of them have the flying whale, which it was just so funny. What is it with fucking Eastern MMOs and flying whales? Or like in some of them, they have the flying turtles and floating turtles. And so I've actually landed on the whale in Ion 2 like he's doing here, right? And there's nothing there. There's nothing there. And in fact, you fall through it like he did. Here you lie on the whale, and there's actually a gatherable. Look, here's an energy you can gather, it looks like. And it's fully you can fully walk around. Whereas on the whale on the right, if you walk to part of the whale, you just fall right through it. I don't know why this is a big deal. I mean, it's just a minor thing, to be honest. But so anyways, whatever. The question is, it doesn't look like they have the catch-up servers anymore that they had 2 months ago. If we go here, I do have a character that I created on these servers.
The Star of Siliveth. It is said to be the seal stone containing Siliveth, goddess of destruction. This magical star of destruction was shattered into pieces all across the world, and those who were born with this fragment were called the Starborn. In 1192, during an age of conflict, the Archean commander Khazar sought to use the power of the star fragments as a tool of war. Khazar sent the witch Calanthea to the remote island where Starborn were hiding.
sorry, child.
I'm sorry, I'm talking to my wife and she's texting me real quick. Give me a second. All right, sorry. My wife saw that I was trying to buy something from her off that website. I don't know. The worst part is apparently, I don't know. Apparently, when I went to the website, they sent her a code saying, because they do this all the time on the website. Like if you put something in your cart and you just leave it there, a lot of times they'll message you and say, "Hey, if you want to buy this, we'll give you a code for like a discount." You know. All right, so do we want to create a new character? I mean, I already have a character, so let's. I don't really know why it even went through this. Like, I thought I selected the server where I have a character already, so I'm a little bit confused. So let's just exit. You know? Hold on a second, my wife's texting me again. And my wife does not look good. She looks so tired. Oh my goodness, my wife looks like somebody beat her up. Yeah, her mom had the stroke and everything my wife's going through has really just worn her out. So. Yeah, see, here's the character I have already. I'm not sure if I really care for the way this character looks. I wanted to log in with this character to see what level she is. She's kind of a weird looking character. Okay, so what is this? Weapon combination guide. Oh, so this is new to the game. They're giving you like a guide. Sword protects allies in front line on the battlefield, proving its value. I love the animations. I mean, the animations in this game are really good. I mean, and I feel like the animations actually are really nice. They're really good. So we'll get to play the character and see, but I do think the animations in this game are top notch. The perfect armament for adventurers who seek to guard their allies and lead the party with great survival powers and CC skills. Okay, and then it says recommended combination. I like the wand. Yeah. Okay, so here we go. Here's the movement. So the movement's a little weird. It's a little, it's okay. Here you go. Wow, it still has my keybind set from before. All right, so the question is, do we want to create a new character? I think we do. I don't really care for this hairstyle. It's kind of weird looking, to be honest. She looks a little too butch for my taste. They also added these purple stars. See the purple star? That's new.
We're going to Moonshade Town. Can you open the gate?
Sure, Lottie. You'll have a good view of Wisperian on the way too.
Okay. I'm just looking at the armor. Armor looks pretty good. There should be a...
Spent too much time. Should we hurry?
There should be some practice dummies over here. Oh, I had dodge roll on right click, which is interesting. Yeah. You got to give him credit for... Let's move. You got to give him credit for stagger animations. Those stagger animations are really good. So if we're rating the combat, we got to give it some really good marks for impactfulness. Like when I'm hitting this dummy, I mean it's staggering. Look at what happens to the dummy when I hit it. See how it's moving? Boom, boom. Shield smash. Heal. We got like a pull ability, like a chain pull. This is like a self buff. So the problems I had with this game before was with the key bindings. Oh, even this looks different to me than last time I played the game. Not really. Okay, that's weird. Okay. Anyways, where's the key bindings? So for example, 4. See, I want to be Shift A. And look, it lets us use Shift A, right? Let's check this out and see if it works. So we're attacking. And there we go. I'm able to use a shift modifier. That didn't work when I was when I was playing this game in Korea. Like that didn't work that smoothly. You know? And you've got this other, like, think of like World of Warcraft, the Drakthir that has the stupid targeting abilities where you like hit the key and then it gives you like the targeting arrow that you can stretch and move around on the ground, and then hit the key again to. So basically, you're flying your Drakthir to a certain location. So you have to pick how far you want him to fly and where you want him to fly. So it's a skill that you got to hit multiple times. The same thing exists here. It's my 3 skill down here. Is there like an unlock that isn't the alt key? I don't know. I don't know. Like, I guess it's the escape key. So I'm just trying to get my cursor on the screen where I can move it around. You guys can see what I'm talking about. So here, this skill here, the strategic rush, right? Now there are some settings though, I think that might make this automatic. Which might be something we'd want to look into, and I don't know where that is. So settings, combat probably, or gameplay maybe? Gameplay. And there's also a lot of settings in here around targeting too. Target selection control when pressing right click. I'm not sure. When pressing the mouse button. When releasing the mouse button, so that's weird. Target selection method. It's going to circular search by distance and prioritize front. We can also say search by astral vision, search in order of priority. Priority 1, priority 2, priority 3. So not sure exactly what all those things mean, but you can read through all the comments here and try to figure out what that means. And skill effect animation display. Okay, show all. UI feels real snappy. The responsiveness on the UI is really good. Oh, look at that. You can go full first person. Oh, you can't do this in Ion 2. See, here's the charge, right? So here's like your little charge, right? Okay. Your dodge roll, dodge, dodge. Dodge backwards, I think. Shield. Okay. Heal. I'm not sure what 6 is. That's weird. See, targeting ability. Yeah, so it feels pretty decent. Now the other keybind that we weren't able to do, we'll try this. I guarantee you this. I guarantee you we won't be able to keybind this. This is a keybind that never works on Asian MMOs. So we're gonna go to controls, shortcuts. Instead of 3, we're going to say, where is it? Shortcuts. Where is it? Oh, here. Jesus. We're gonna go shift mouse wheel up. Oh, no fucking way. Oh, they may have fixed the keybinds. Look, it said shift mouse wheel up. Let's see if it works. This is something that 100% did not work on the Korean servers. Oh, it works. Dude, it works. Oh, that's awesome. That is so good. Now we don't have to worry about the target, right? We just point where we want to go, shift mouse wheel up, because it will. When you do mouse wheel up, it's going to trigger multiple times very quickly, right? This is throwing Liberty Duck, so it's going to trigger that multiple times. Oh man, they fixed. Okay, so right off the bat, the biggest problem I had with this game has been fixed. It doesn't exist anymore. They fixed it, so that's great. Actually, this is a pay-to-win game, but it's not as pay-to-win as Ion 2. And actually, I'm really mad that I spent money on Ion 2. Not on the sub, I don't care about that, but I did spend like $10 on something the other day, which I kind of wish I had that $10 back. But anyways, so here. So this key, which we had on the 3 key, let me change it back. I want to show you guys the difference. So if we go back to settings and we go to shortcuts, if we go here to slots, this one here, this key skill, we're going to say 3, right? And now I'm going to go boop, boop. So if I want to use skill 3, it's going to bring up this targeting arrow. See the targeting arrow? Right? Let's say I want to charge this guy. I've got to hit the skill. I got to hit 3 twice. See that? Got to hit it. Then I've got to hit it again, right? Which I'm not a fan of that, really, but we can get around that. The way we get around that is this. We go to settings, we go to shortcuts, and we go here and we go shift mouse wheel up, which 100% did not work on the Korean servers. When I played Throne of Liberty in Korea, in the Korean launch, this didn't work. Now check it out. Now let's say I want to charge the guy in the middle. Boom, instant. Because we're scrolling the mouse wheel button, we're scrolling the mouse wheel, and the mouse wheel is triggering multiple clicks so quickly, it doesn't even look like we ever saw the arrow appear on the screen. So it's like basically like an instant charge, right? And of course, the only bad part about that is there ever a time where we wouldn't want it to be instant? And I guess if that's the case, you can still do it. You just have to be very careful. You just click once like this. So I can still do it. I can still click just once. I just got to be really careful with it, right? Click once, boom. You know, so you can still do it. So that is the perfect keybind for that ability. So. Oh. So right click is our block. So if you're moving left or right when you hit right click, you'll do a dodge. But if you're not moving and you do right click, you'll do a block. And the block can block special attacks. So it's very useful. And then we've got our pull ability, which we're going to change that key binding because I don't like that being on the F key. I'm not sure what I don't see F key on anything. I'm going to change A to F. So I use it was interact, skip conversation, fishing. So we're going to hit accept because gameplay key binding, we want to use T for that if at all possible. Where's interact? I think F wasn't, you weren't able to re-keybind F on the Korean version of the game. I wish they would put a search in here. Features, zoom in, zoom out, rotate screen upper. Why would I ever want to do that? Close all windows. Pin settings. Switch to overlay map. Why is it Alt M? Okay, player context, Alt, right click, player context menu. Ring menu. Ooh. Ring menu. Character info, delete. Morph, I don't know what that is. Weapon mastery. Codex J. Battle pass. Ooh. Gotta have the battle pass. Hide UI, okay, that's wrong. Chat input main menu. F11. Detailed battleground status? Yeah, no, it's that. Change control mode. Set the shortcut for control mode. Oh, this might be what I was looking for. Yeah, this is what we want. Okay, so change control mode. Let's try. We're gonna try something here. We're gonna go to settings. We're going to go with the Guild Wars 2 keybind, which is control middle mouse click, right? So check this out. So here, and then we control middle mouse click, and we release the cursor, right? Right? And control middle mouse click again. So that's just toggling our action camera. Yeah, I will say that they fixed most of my major issues with this game revolved around the shortcuts, and those issues have been resolved. So that's a big improvement for me because those things are really groundbreaking on how the combat works. There's also this lock on, and there's also ring menu. So we have a ring menu, and it looks like we can put lots of stuff on it. There's quick menu. What is this? Voice chat? And then there's, what is this? Like target markers. So we got target markers. How do we keybind that, I wonder? I don't know. Okay. Interesting. Use a mouse cursor in action mode? No, we never would want to do that. Set the shortcut for use a mouse cursor in action mode. Just delete. Attack, interact with mouse target. Lock on is middle mouse click. I would think you'd want to lock on with tab. Yeah, see, tab locks on. And it cycles. So why would you need middle mouse click to lock on? You don't. You've already got to lock on with the tab key. So we're going to delete that. That's correct. That is swap, walk, run. Should be that. Jump, basic attack, select next start. Yeah, there we go. Correct. Interact. Here we go. Interact. Yeah, no, that's... The chosen shortcut key is already in use for A and will be swapped. Select the same target as the... What? I don't even know what that means. Interact, skip conversation, fish, cast, look. Yeah, that's what we want. T. And return B? What the fuck? Astral Vision? That's a terrible keybind. Astral Vision based on cursor. Astral Vision based on character. Swap weapon. Cancel friendly target. PvP counterattack? Enable disable morphic. I don't even know what that is. Hold on a second. Yeah, that's that. Alright, cool. Okay, we're going to change that. I don't like that. So we're going to go keybinds. We're changing the dodge key to be like the same dodge key as what I use in Ion 2. So shortcut, and that is going to be mouse button 5. So where is it though? Shortcuts F, Shift A, dun, dun. Where is it? Control mode, act, interact. I hate it when they put like keybinds on, like you have a keybinds for these guys right here, your main bar, but then these up here are like different. So I gotta, like the left click and right click are somewhere else, and you know, it's like so stupid. Like don't make it, I mean, if it's left click and right click, that's fine, but put it in the same place as the shortcuts. It should be in here, right? Like why is it not here? It's just fucking shortcut. See, it's not here. It's got to be under character then. Here it is. So basic attack, left click, defensive skills here. We're going to change this to this. And I don't know what it was just telling me. Oh, it was telling me that the one skill, I think it was this one. Let's see, shortcuts. Yeah, it's the other thing it does is when you change a keybind, it swaps with the other one. So like if you have this keybind as F and this one here as F, and then this one here is like T, and you go up here and say, you know what, I don't want this to be T, I want this to be F, it'll, since this was already F previously, it'll now make that T. So it flips them, which I don't like. I don't think it should do that. I think it should just unkeybind that one, and that one shouldn't be bound at all. So, but that's just whatever. All right, so what do we want for our shield slam? Just make it middle mouse click, I guess. All right, so boom. And now right click isn't doing anything. You know what we could do? Boy, like the spell casting in this game is super fast. I mean, I casted that heal, it was like super fast. I'm not sure if I like the... Like the reason I changed the middle mouse, like normally I use middle mouse click for dodge rolls in games. The reason I turned it off in Ion 2 is because in Ion 2 you dodge so much. Like you're constantly dodging that it really, like pressing that with my index finger, it made my hand start to hurt after a while. My hand actually started to hurt. Because it was just like click, 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 click. So that's why I switched it to my thumb, because pressing something with my thumb doesn't seem to hurt my hand as much as constantly pushing down on that index finger. So definitely, I'm just looking at my skills, trying to figure out if I like these keybinds. I don't know what this 6th skill is. What is this one? Applies a curse, which deals damage. Okay, so that's a curse. So curse would be... I mean, normally that would be my F key. We could do the... What would I do with the leash? That could be middle... Or that could be... What am I using for middle mouse click? Okay, we're using that. That's our dodge. Okay, so F has to change. F is leash, which I like F for leash though. So 6 is a dot. Oh, we could do shift F, or like a shift combination. Yeah, that's fine. We'll just do that for now. I'm gonna go shortcuts, and got 6. Let's do shift F. Shortcut is already in use. Okay, cancel. Fuck you. Let's see. I don't think are we ever going to use like... Are we going to use the S? Yeah, we'll probably use the S key in this game for backup. I probably will. Instant cast. Thinking. What if we changed F to be mouse button? No, I don't want to do that. This one's driving me nuts. Got R, got F. Guess we could do, how about Shift R? Yeah, let's try that. All right, that's pretty good. That feels pretty decent. Those keybinds, we'll continue to tweak them, but for now that feels okay. Now, what about the editor? What about the HUD editor? There's some sort of HUD editor in here somewhere. Oh no, don't want that. Okay, how about... Oh, so we can't edit HUD. Can be used after completing. So it's actually locked behind some sort of... So we can't change our HUD yet, which I can see why they would do that once you get used to the HUD. All right, cool. Apparently, you can only have 2 characters per server. Let's go back to... How do I go back? Create character. Okay, cool. So now we can create a character on a new server. What do we want? Ivory, Vulcan, Snowburn. I don't know. Let's do Adrenaline.
The Star of Siliveth. It is said to be the seal stone containing Siliveth.
Okay, we watched this already.
Goddess of destruction.
We watched this already. Alright, so the character creator isn't as good as Ion 2, unfortunately. In fact, it's quite a bit inferior to Ion 2's character creator. Oh, well. Alright, so we went to appearance settings. Yeah, it's a lot more limited. You can see these are presets. Yeah. They all look very Asian. Some of them don't. Okay. Good lord. We can't pick the color of the eyeliner? It just says like I guess it's just dark. Here we go. Here's the color for the eyeshadow. What about the... Isn't there... I guess we can't see her without all those bulky clothes on. You know, like I don't. Kind of sucks that we're seeing her with like all this like bulky clothes. Here, I guess this is a little bit better. No boob slider, at least not that I could tell. Like, this is, what is this? Upper body, head size. Her head looks a little small, to be honest. I'm gonna increase her head size because it looks a little bit, it looked a little small. Looks like she had a tiny head. It could just be the gear she's wearing. Yeah. And also her head is kind of, yeah. Not the prettiest characters, really. Neck length, shoulder position, shoulder size, shoulder width. That's fine the way it was. Torso width. That's fine. Biceps. So you can't even. It kind of sucks that you can't like see her without her clothes on, so you can actually see that like the shape of her body. You can't even tell. Like that's kind of. Oh yeah, I'm gonna guess that the gear in this game it doesn't look anywhere near as good as Ion 2, unfortunately. It's a bummer because Ion 2 has such a beautiful character creator. Like it's like, oh, how can I tell what her thigh size is when she's got all this clothes on? I can't believe they don't like. I've never seen a character creator where you can't like take off or at least put on some more simplistic clothing so you can actually see her body. Oh, that's the UI though. I've never seen a character creator that doesn't have a way to put her into a little bit more of a simplistic clothing. This is really weird, really strange. So like I can't see her like thigh size. Like maybe you never can see the girl in the game. Maybe we can never see her in the game without clothes on, and that's why it's done this way. Maybe we never see her like just wearing shorts, which would be kind of a bummer. You're missing out on a big, one of the biggest reasons Ion 2 will make a lot of money is because of all the provocative outfits, because people are stupid and they pay a lot of money for have their girl walk around looking like naked. You know what I mean? Yeah. Oh, Amazon censorship. Oh, I didn't think about that, dude. It's possible. All right, well, let's get back more. So we're not gonna really be able to do much on the body. I mean, let's. And there's not much difference in the heights. Like you can see, here's the tallest, here's the shorter. It's very, very little difference there. So yeah, so the character creator is surprisingly limited for a game that came out not that long ago. I think it released in Korea, like 2 years ago, 3 years ago? Yeah, surprisingly limited on the character creator. Her lips look too big, but I don't think I can fix them. So there's width and lower width, but oh, okay. Width is not really width, it's more thickness or height, right? I really wish we could get her jawline to come out. Where was that at? Do we have, where was the jawline again? Like her jaw. Yeah, let's yeah, let's pull that out because her jaw just doesn't look, well, see, that doesn't look right either. Oh, there we go. That's kind of a strange what that actually does. And then that, how about maybe it's the bone structure? Back cheek? Oh, there we go. That kind of did what I was trying to tempo with. Ooh, no, that's not good. This is not a good character creator. I'm not really happy with what's being created here. Like, can I get rid of the freaking lizard-looking eyes? No. So apparently I can't get my eyes. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. That. Okay. Ooh, that's kind of weird. Some of these sliders are very unusual. Her eyes look a little too close together and too small. Is there just like an eye size? Like the whole eye is too small. Here. There we go. That's better. And then her eyebrows are too shitty too. Her eyebrows suck. Those are better. Eyebrow. Interesting. Not one of the better character creators, in my opinion. Like, I would not say this is one of the better character creators. Like, why do they have like the type feels like the type of, oh, these are presets. Oh, I was like, what's the difference between the two? Oh, these are like presets where they've actually modified, the depth and everything, like all the different settings below. What I want is something just lets me pull my eyebrows down, and I don't actually see that. Like, doing that kind of does is external height. What about inner height? Here we go. Okay, I guess that does it. So that, and then what we want is like we want to pull out the ends. I mean, like there's no eyebrow here, which looks stupid. And that's not what we want. So I don't think we can make him any bigger. All right, enough. I'm done fucking with that. Yeah, and the hairstyles are. Well, these are presets. So here's the hairstyles. We don't have a lot of hairstyles, you know, and the hair in this game is not great. So it's pretty bad, to be honest. This is the hair that I was using a lot, but it just looks a little too butchy. So I think we're gonna have to go with maybe. This is another one that I used. Was this one? Thought wasn't too bad. She looks like a Viking warrior. And where's the hair color? Hair color looks good here. Let's go to. Yeah, this color looks pretty good. Now what I'm looking for is skin color. Where's skin color? Or it's just like skin color. I don't see it. Is there no skin color? Here. Why is like the bottom of her hair like there's a contrasting color going on here? Let's do this. Doesn't look very dark. I can't get like the top over here to look dark. Maybe it's just the lighting. Maybe it's just the lighting. There we go. I still wish this top hair would be darker, but I don't. I guess that's pretty good. Could we change your ears? Where's the ears at? Is there ears? Your ears. Yeah. Give her the elf ears. There you go. Elf ears. Still, we need something else. We need makeup. We need like we need something. We need something here. Face looks a little weird. Let's go with this one. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna no, that's that. Where's the makeup here? I know there's a way you can do this. No, that's the recommended colors. Oh, wait, minute makeup. Oh, here it is. War paint. Wait a minute, what was... Oh, these are presets. Okay, I keep getting confused by the presets. It's so weird to see presets in so many different areas. Here we go. That's not gonna work. I don't know. Not sure if I like the war paint. Mm. That's kind of creepy looking. that's that's a little bit kind of creepy looking, man. Oh, here's the where you can change the eye type. So I guess the character creator, you have to really dig into it to kind of see what it can do, you know. trying to make her look a little bit more angry, but I'm having a hard time making her look tough, you know? She looks kind of lame, to be honest. His eyebrows are just too small. Her lips look weird now. Her lips are all, I think, are fucked up, her lips. I think I did. Yeah, I don't like it. Oh well, whatever. I don't like the way she looks, but I'm sick of fucking with it. Yeah, it's better than it was, I think. She looks a little bit more angry. Are you passing out? I think I'm done. I think I'm done, dude. Pills are KOing you? Oh man, that sucks. How long did I spend on the character creator? About 30 minutes? You know me. Here's the funny part. Just like Ion 2, the keybinds all get reset. So it's not using the keybinds I had created for my other character, you know? Which is just bullshit, right? It's like total crap. Although that one still works. I don't know what my dodge key is.
Now stop them.
Okay. Actually, some of my keybinds are correct. Left click. Maybe the keybinds are, you know what? I think the keybinds are correct. It's just that I have a lot different abilities than, you know, the abilities are different. That's the keybinds are right, the abilities are just different, so.
Fight with a different weapon.
W plus R? No.
Give me your star fragment. I'll take your star fragment too.
Whoa. That was weird. Okay, I don't know what's going on here. I guess she pulled me up in the air. That was a weird camera angle for him. Let's zoom in on his hand. It looks like such a fake beard he's wearing. It looks like Merlin from the show Merlin, when he was old Merlin. You guys ever see old Merlin?
Hurry up and run. Your star fragment is...
Oh! I like this. Oh shit, he's fucked up. Oh. Benny? Benny!
After all these years,
Oh, enter your name. Oh, what are we going to call our character? Oh my goodness, it'll still take another half an hour to figure out a name, right? Oh, what do we call our character? Ion. Oh god, I don't remember. Korean, Japanese, and Chinese characters are each considered as 2 characters. Interesting. The name is already in use. Aragorn. I'm just kidding. Aragorn. Oh. Rue. Ren? That name is already in use. Rue? That name is already in use. Unbreakable. Unbreakable. That name is already in use. Volstay. That name's available. Look, we can be Volstay. Volstay. I can't be Volstay though, because that's your name. No, I don't want to be Volstay. We could be, how about Suroth? That name is already in use. How about Guinevere? Name of it. I don't know if I don't think I spelled it right. I don't want to be Guinevere anyway. How about Sword of, you cannot use spaces. Sword of Hope. Valen. But that sounds like a guy's name, right? How about the Sword of Hope? Check it out. You guarantee this name's available. Name available. Sell sword. I bet you this is taken. That name is already in use. How about Shy with 2 Y's? That name is already in use. Hibernia. What is that? Is that the character from Ion 2? Wasn't that the character in Ion 2? I think hers was Hibertha or Hibernia, or it was something similar. What is Hibernia? That name is already in use. Huh. We tried Ren, right? That's Ireland's Roman Ren. We tried Ren, I think, right? Yeah, Ren was used. How about Shaymore? Oh, look, name one of him. You know what Shaymore is? That's the Guild Wars 2 opening village for the humans. Shaymore. How about just Shay? That name is already used. Shaymore. All right, we can use a name that I created. Shyborn. Name available. You can also spell it like this. Shyborn. Born like that. Name available, right? These are names I created. Shyborn. Another name that I use all the time, which is surprisingly very often available, is Cheryl. Oh, that name is already... That might be the name of my other character that I created, though, to be honest. She looks kind of like an elf. Maybe we should give her like an elfin name. You know? How about Shady? How about River? Of course, River's going to be taken, right? How about River Song? That name is already in use. How about ooh, Amber Song, good one. Amber Song, yeah, good one, dude. Oh, I'm glad you remember. I forgot about that one. I like using one that's named after my wife, Amber Song. Oh, is that what we called? Is that what we used the name? Amber? Was it Amber Song, or was it Amber? Amber, was it Amber Song? Remember we created that character? Amber Song. Was it? It was Amber Wing for the pet. It was Amber. What about Amber? That name's in use. Amber. Well, you know, instead of that, I would rather use Shady Veil. Shady Veil would rather have than Amber Song. Although I do like Amber Song, though. Is Shady Veil available? That's available. I think we might go with Shady Veil. Amber Wing was the pet, yeah. Amber Song's not bad, though. I kind of like it. I don't know. Amber Song, Shady Veil, Amber. We'll go with Shady Veil, I think. I do like Shady as a nickname. People just say, hey, what's up, Shady? You know what I mean? My audio seems low in game audio for voices.
Hey, it's you! Whoa, are you alright? Did you have that nightmare again?
Okay, I'm gonna skip this because I've actually... Oh.
Please, don't feel guilty. I'd love to come with you. Lottie, she didn't take the map again. Can you take it to her? I drew up the map because she asked for it too.
Okay, and button. Oh. Here's the map. Okay.
Alright, let's get going.
Just like, I mean, it's just like the same animation as Ion 2, you know, opening the door. It's so similar. So obviously some of the people that worked on Throne of Liberty definitely worked on Ion 2. There's no doubt about it, right? There's just no doubt. Because they both have the same kind of door animation. They both have the whale flying around in the sky. You know? Alright, cool.
Did you see that? That was Gigantrite!
Oh, I heard that it's passing Wisperian today.
Cool.
Ah, I forgot the map. Adventurer, why are you here? Ah, I was just about to go back and get it.
Why is it
Thanks.
F? It should be...
Oh,
Okay. Yeah.
I need to repair something in Moonshade Town.
Why is it F? It should be...
Since you're here already,
It should be
do you want
T.
to go to the training ground?
Why is it T for my responses but F for her
I'm sure
response?
it's nothing too serious or urgent.
Now, let's go.
Stairs are broken. Be careful, my friend.
Can we fix that? Like, shortcuts?
A special occasion.
Let's see, T is interact, skip conversations, fishing, cast. Where is F in here? There seems to be like a next. We don't need lock on. Defensive skills, basic attack, stop basic attack and cancel target. What? Stop basic attack and cancel target. Shift middle mouse click. Okay, that's weird. Yeah, oh yeah, that's correct. That's actually correct. Equip and unequip fishing pole. Here. Oh no, F is here. That's here. Okay, I don't know what's going on. I don't know why F is showing up, but it's not a big deal, I guess.
Oi-ho!
Today's
You have finished the tutorial, thank God.
the day where the massive divine beast called Gigantrite comes by. Gigantrite is really big. What are you doing? Let's go inside.
Oh, I'm surprised to see anyone here. We've prepared all kinds of weapons. You mean...
Ah, you're new to these weapons, right? Let me teach you. Well, I'm sure you already know you can equip up to 2 weapons. Try out different weapons and find a weapon that you like.
Alright. Now we're right back to where we're on our other character. Nice.
Oh, you like that weapon? It suits you.
Sweet.
Ah, you're new to these weapons, right? Let me teach you. Swords, great swords, and swords are used with shields. Find one. Find one you like. You're new. If you prefer fight, wands can find one you like.
All right, now what?
Shall we go to Moonshade Town?
No, let's not go just yet. We want, so instead of Shift R, we're going to do C, accept, and then Shift R down here is going to be Shift cancel. Is it Shift R? I don't know. What's Shift C? Corrupted magic circle and explode. Oh, okay. So okay, now that's not going to work then. Let's go back to shortcuts and C. What is C? Touch of Despair. I have all these stupid. Well, these Shift R could be. What is it? It's corrupted magic circle. We could just do. I mean, you have to stand still while casting these, so it's probably okay to. Like, oh no, you can cast this one while moving. Yeah.
that's about attributes in TNL. We will go into more detail. Okay, so we understood the level 15. You're also unlocking servers and everything that comes with it. But also important here, there will be new fresh start servers you can't transfer to. So everyone who wants to play on these servers has to create a new character. That's why I would have you start level 50. Now the really important part, you can always change your weapons, your skills and your skill specializations for free. So please use this while leveling. Try on different weapon combinations, different gear, and you will get there very quickly.
I think the greatsword's kind of cool. I like the greatsword. We don't have the ranged with it though, but it still feels pretty good. All right.
Dewar, we're going to Moonshade Town. Can you open the gate?
Sure, Lottie. You'll have a good view of Wisperian on the way too.
Have we spent too much time? Should we hurry?
Whenever Gigantrite visits Wisperian, the town buzzes with excitement and energy. During such an event, you and Lottie left Wisperian's fortress to visit Moonshade Town.
Whoa.
What's going on here? Let's go and check it out. I'll go over first. Follow me with your piton and grappling hook. Huh?
The watchtower was destroyed by an attack. Although the path was now blocked, you and Lottie made use of the piton and your grappling hooks to continue onward.
So this dialogue that they've added to the game didn't exist in the Korean version of the game.
It looks like the cart was destroyed by artillery.
I've never seen such a powerful attack.
Oh.
I hope Moonshade Town is okay.
Oh no. I see a lot of black Midtrans. Quickly, then get to Moonshade Town. Watch their movements carefully. Look for an opening for a counterattack.
I was blocking
Who could
too
have done
soon.
something so horrible? Use the pulley. We'll reach the town in no time.
So they give you like way too much time. I'm so used to Ion where the time to block is so much less. Of course, it's a difference. I'm on a bigger latency.
Let's use the pulley to reach Moonshade Town.
But this game is so different.
We're almost there.
It plays so much better now than it did on the Korean version. It's like way better. So, which is good. It's still not great, but the combat is way better because I can keep on whatever I want, which makes a huge
This
difference.
can't be happening.
Makes a big difference.
Who could have done? The pulley lift is broke. We can't get to Wisperian with this. This lift would let us cross Wisperian to get to Moonshade Town. It's the old
Bermetz,
Oh,
can you
the
fix
little
this?
Lottie. Well, between the two of us, we'll have it fixed in no time. Shall we get started?
Is this?
Lottie and
Thank you. Wisperian was hit too. Can you check it out?
Is there any kind of sprint in this game? Oh, I'm an idiot. It's the shapeshift. Shapeshift is your sprint. I'm not used to playing this game.
trans that appeared on your way to Wisperian. While Wisperian was still intact, a broken pulley lift prevented you from reaching Moonshade Town. Suddenly, a mysterious being bathed in light
It's
appeared
cool that they added the
and led
audio.
you to the top of the great tree.
I really like that they added the audio to kind of. They basically have added a narration to kind of narrate the story, so you don't have to like read the text. Like it basically said, "Hey, the pulley was broken, and then you met this little creature." Okay, we just acquired Bald Eagle Morph.
Kyra! Clay! There are still people in the town!
Not good! We need to rescue them! Hurry!
We can't, Kyra. It's too risky to move our troops now.
Damn it! With the pulley destroyed, reinforcements can't reach us!
Is there some way? Someone's coming. You? How did you get here? I thought the pulley lift was broken.
I'm like, search me?
I don't really understand what you're saying, but if you got here with the glide morph, you must have the power of a star fragment. I hear that those with the power of a star fragment can communicate with mysterious entities. Forgive me. My name is Clay Carter, from the Resistance. For some reason, you seem kind of familiar.
I survived from the invasion 10 years ago.
Oh, I see. You escaped with me. I'm glad to see you're safe. But now's hardly the time to chat. For now, will you lend us your strength? Thank you. Captain Kyra and I will fight the Archeum forces on this side and find a way to get in. We'll need you to go into town and rescue the residents with the Resistance. Please be careful. When this is over, let's be sure to meet again.
After arriving on top of the great...
Huh.
Damn the Archeum! They even recruited orc warriors!
Fury Spear! I've opened up a path for you. Now go!
Oh shit.
Insects! Take Wisperian Star Fragment and capture all who bear the power of the stars! With this, Kazar will have to recognize Zaroff.
Thank you.
Clear here. What about the other side?
Hey, Sam, how you doing? Hey, Sam, what's up, man? How you doing?
I've got this! Spear of Fury! I'll destroy the turret first!
You fool! You brought your star fragment right to us. Now die! We can take your star fragment. Just think I'd make it defeated like this. You're all doomed anyway. Soon, King Bert.
You have a star fragment too? King Bert. We must join Kyra. Quick!
Oh, you're having your Christmas holiday?
I'll clear the way here as well.
This
Please
game
stand aside.
is Throne and
Fury.
Liberty? Throne and Liberty?
Now, let's hurry.
Pretty good game so far. I played it before when it released in Korea, but it's a lot better now. They've fixed the key bindings. They've added some different narration to the game that makes the game feel a little bit more immersive. And they've changed the starting area a little bit too. It's not quite the same.
Submit to the power of darkness.
This is too much. Watch out. King Bert is a powerful foe, created from dark magic.
Use the right defense skill against King Bert's fury attack!
To the depths of hell.
Oh, I didn't really expect that attack, did I?
We really win?
Stand your ground! You will defend with violence!
Spear of Fury!
Oh. Oops. Whoops. I guess my block wasn't available. Yes, my block wasn't available again. Yeah, it wasn't available. Shit. Not enough stamina. Oh. Oh, the AoE taunt. I'm dead. You can't stop that. That's like an automatic kill. This is all part of the story, but yeah, it's definitely. Sure, well, the Unreal Engine version says no, it hasn't come out yet. Yeah, I wasted too much money on Bronzebeard. I'm still regretting that.
This is the power of a rampaging star fragment.
You see the tears.
I'm sorry, child.
That's me right there.
This way!
Hey, wake up! That's strange. I wasn't told about any serious injuries. Hey, are you awake? Do you recognize me?
You mean for
Oh, nice. You wait here.
I don't know. I mean, what do you want to play? I mean, I think this game's pretty fun. I mean, I wouldn't. Why not play Throne of Liberty? You don't like Korean MMOs? I mean, this is on Steam.
Lost everything here 10 years ago. Now challenges the might of the Archeum Legion. Starborn bravery.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you to play, Sam.
Forged in celestial fire.
I mean, Turtle WoW, I guess. You know, I mean, if you want to play WoW, I would play. If you're gonna play World of Warcraft, I would recommend Turtle WoW. You know what I mean? You want some OG stuff? I mean, really. I mean, no console though. Oh, I mean, you could go through Steam and just find there's lots of games on Steam I'm sure you've played. I don't know. I don't really know what all your games that you like to play. I mean, for me, I pretty much only play MMOs. So, console port. Yeah, I don't know you. Yeah, I can't really give you a recommendation because I don't play. I'm not the best person to give recommendations because I don't play a lot of different types of video games. I play mostly MMOs. So, like, my only recommendation is going to be an MMO, you know? Like, I mean, there's a few other games that I've played that I like. Like, if we go into my Steam, let's take a look. Like, right now we're playing Throne of Liberty. But, you know, there's Enshrouded. A lot of people like Enshrouded. But you'd have to buy it, though. You want an MMORPG? WoW Classic plus content? I mean, for me, I think I probably would just play Turtle WoW. But, I mean, to me, it's just like I'm kind of burned out on World of Warcraft. So I can't really play WoW now. I'm just too burned out on World of Warcraft. I played it for too long. So every time I try to play WoW, I get bored. You know, I'm just way too burned out on World of Warcraft. So that's why I've been playing, you know, Ion 2, and now I'm trying out some Throne of Liberty. But my biggest problem with Throne of Liberty when I played the Korean version is that the combat felt kind of clunky, and I couldn't keybind. Like, I couldn't do like a shift mouse wheel up keybind, and some of the keybinds, like the shift modifier keybinds, weren't working correctly. But they fixed all of that. It all works perfectly now. So now the game feels way better. So what's the biggest? Well, there's also Ashes of Creation, but you'd have to pay for that. And Ashes of Creation is like, I mean, you can go into Ashes of Creation, right? And play Ashes of Creation, but you have to pay for it. And the problem with that is it's like fucking $40 or something. And if you watch Asmongold streamed it, I don't think it's worth it. No, I definitely 100% do not think it's worth it. I think the game is way too unpolished and way too clunky, and the questing system I think is really kind of boring and shitty. I don't know. To me personally, I don't think it's worth it. And I'm pretty lenient on MMOs, you know? But I mean, it's expensive. It's like $40, man. Like, if you go to Steam, let's stop. And we go to the store and we look for Ashes. Right now it's currently on 15% off. It's $42.49. Personally, I don't think it's worth it. I think the game is still too early. I mean, if I was going to recommend a game, but the Enshrouded, a lot of people like it, but it's not an MMO really. And I don't I tried to play it for a few minutes, and it looked like it could be fun, but I was like, it's not for me. It's not what I want to play right now, you know? So...
Are you in any condition to move? I'm on my way with a healer.
What's that out in the water? Look at that huge fish out in the water there. Do you see that?
What happened? Do you have any idea how worried I was?
Like, I'm like, I'm sorry.
I thought something happened to you. Clay is waiting inside, so hurry up and go see him. He'll be the death of me.
I heard someone took down that giant orc.
You did good.
That's crazy.
Ah, you're finally awake. Come this way. Thanks to your defeat of King Vert, we were able to fight off the Archeum. The portal in the sky has closed as well. We were about to be killed by King Vert when your star fragment went into a frenzy and overwhelmed the enemy. If you hadn't been able to defeat him, none of us would have survived. I'm thankful the Elder protected you 10 years ago, so that today we could stand together to defend Wisp Island. Speaking of which, I'm sure you feel guilty over what happened to the Elder. You didn't cause his death. You should know that. Please, don't blame yourself. That said, are you all right? Your power, it's clearly too dangerous to leave as is. When a star fragment's power overloads like that, it takes a heavy toll on the bearer's body. It could even kill you. Carrying such a powerful star fragment makes you a target for the Archeum too. A decade ago, Khazar and Calanthea invaded this island precisely to steal that power for themselves. That power is unpredictable when it's in a frenzy. It will hurt innocent bystanders who get too close. I have a friend named Martinet in Castleton, a town in Laslan. She's researching the effects of star fragments. I believe she can help you. Here, take my token. Show this to the storage manager named Melky, and he will help you. When you are ready to leave, touch Luna Zero's head to temporarily enhance your glide ability. That should get you all the way to Castleton. I wish you all the best.
Friend,
if you have any questions, ask away.
Together.
I don't know what Amazon Prime MMO is. What the fuck is Amazon Prime MMO? You mean New World? What are you talking about, Amazon Prime MMO? Amazon's only MMO right now is New World, which they pretty much said they're not going to create any new content for, so nobody's playing it anymore. Yeah, I know. Ashes Creation is a different game that's been in development for like 10 years. It's not worth... I don't think it's worth the money right now, but there's a lot of people playing it. If you want to play an MMO, a lot of people are playing. You can play it, but I don't think it's worth the money. I've already bought the game, though. I bought the game years ago, so... And Seesaw, First Smart Games, and Amazon Games. Lord of Liberty is published by Amazon Games in the West. Lord of the Rings MMO is pretty good. It's pretty old, though. It's a good MMO, though, but it's old. If you want to play one that there's probably not a lot of people playing, there's still people that play it, though. Unfortunately, I feel like Throne and Liberty might be a little bit on the downturn. Like, I don't think a lot of people play it right now. At least not as many as it used to play it. What is this? Link account. Create your Amazon Games ID and get instant rewards. I think I already have. Well, that sucked. Did you see that? It like I got disconnected or something. Here, hold on a second. It disconnected me. I don't know why. Let me go back here. I wanted to see that code there. There was a code there that they wanted to link and said I was going to get rewards. So let's take a look here. It's a good thing I was streaming right here. There's a code. So let's see if we can go to Amazon's Games ID. Amazon Game Studios. Enter your email. Hold on a second. I used to have an Amazon. I'm sure I have an Amazon gaming account. Let's see, Amazon. Edit. Hold on a second. Huh. Do I not have an Amazon Games ID? ID Amazon's. I know I have an Amazon Gaming account, but is that different? I don't know if Amazon Gaming account's different than this Amazon is. Is the Amazon Gaming account different than id.amazongames.com? I don't know. Yes, the standard Amazon account used for shopping is different from the Amazon Games ID, which is a separate identity specified Amazon's games. It's managed by Amazon Games. When you can use your regular Amazon account login, create a login. While you can use your regular Amazon email login to create or link, it's a distinct system for game progression. AmazonGames.com to leak your platform. Anyways, I'm gonna let's see. I think I'm going to stop the stream here because I actually have to. I'm going to stop the stream here because I actually have to do a couple things. I've got a couple quick Christmas gifts I have to order, and then I want to set up this Amazon thing, and then I'll come back and start streaming probably in a bit. But I'll catch you guys. Yeah. I'll catch you later, Sam. I don't know about the Lord of the Rings. That's up to you. I mean, I've played Lord of the Rings. I never could get into it too much because it just felt too old. I don't really like to play super old games anymore, and I like to play stuff that's a little bit newer. So, you know, Throne of Liberty I played before. I didn't like it because I couldn't keybind the way I wanted to keybind, which is a big turnoff for me. If I can't set up keybinds the way I like, that makes the combat feel really clunky for me. So that was a big problem, but they've fixed that, so that's great. So now I'm really excited to see, you know, how the combat's going to be, because I've never leveled my character up to max level to see what all the options are. I've always been told that when you get to higher levels in Throne of Liberty, the combat gets a lot better. So I'm curious to see. I'm a little bit... I feel like maybe I missed the boat a little bit on Throne of Liberty, because I feel like after Ion 2 came out, a lot of people probably left Throne of Liberty to play Ion 2. Maybe, I'm not sure. We're looking at the Steam charts. It looks like Throne of Liberty still has people playing regularly, but it's not like a lot. I think it was like, what, 8 to 10,000? Like if we go to, let's see, Throne and Liberty. What's interesting is it says that the open beta, I don't really understand, like the open beta doesn't exist anymore, so that's kind of weird. So here's Throne of Liberty. It does look like in November, but I mean, this is directly related, I'm sure. Like they lost 30%. Like, I mean, look, like in September, October, they gained a lot of players, but then in November, they lost 30%, and then they lost 22%. So I'm contributing this pretty much to Ion 2. I mean, to Ion 2. I think most of these people are going to play Ion 2. I don't know about what's going on here, but right now the peak player is 14,000, which is, there aren't that many servers. There's only like 5 servers. So if you split the peak players amongst the 5 servers, you're still got a couple thousand people server, which is plenty to play. But I would like to see this go back up. But you can see it's really lost a lot of players. Pretty consistently, 40%, 40%, 20%. They must have did some sort of update here because they got 30. And then, but here what's interesting is the amount of people that left was going down, like 17, 26, 22, 12, down to 4, and then they gained 15%, they gained 20%. So, I don't know. This could be a dying game, unfortunately, but I hope it isn't a dying game. You haven't seen Ion 2, Sam? Yeah, you haven't seen Ion 2? Here, I'll show you Ion 2 real quick. Let's see. Yeah, Ion 2 just came out in Korea and Taiwan about a month ago. And I think a lot of people left Throne and Liberty to play Ion 2. I've played Ion 2 a lot last couple weeks. And I'm not sure. There's things in Throne and Liberty. I like some of the things in Throne and Liberty better than Ion 2. Already I can tell there's things I like better. But Ion 2 has a lot more. I don't know. It's hard to say. I haven't played Throne of Liberty enough to really say. But the problem with Ion 2 is you're gonna have to play in Taiwan if you want to play and then you're gonna need a VPN. You can't play Ion 2 unless you have a VPN. You've got to have a VPN to connect. So you're gonna need something like ExitLag. I would recommend ExitLag, which is gonna cost you like $9 a month for ExitLag. There's plenty of people out there, like YouTubers, that have codes though that you can get for ExitLag. So you can find yourself a code and probably save yourself $2 or $3, maybe off the first month or something. You might even be able to get a first month free. I don't know. Fuck me. Hold on a second. I think my wife changed my Amazon password, so I'm having trouble logging in to Amazon, which sucks. And I don't really want to log out of my Amazon account because I don't. Let me try something. Okay, here we go. Display name. Okay, we are now logged into our... Yeah, it's easy to level in Ion 2. My character's max level. That's the max level in Ion 2 is 45. Yeah, so this is Ion 2, right? All right. It's really bright here. All right, so let's see. Yeah, the reason people play, because in Ion 2, like, you're like getting to max level is just like the beginning of the game, kind of, right? Like, you have to you can see here my gear scores right here, 1447. So the Ion 2 is all around gear score. Once you hit level 45, this stuff opens up. Arena opens up, Abyss opens up, Transcendence, Nightmare, Raids. I can go in and go to a Nightmare dungeon right now if I want, right? There's all these things that open up at level 45. There's 1v1 PvP, there's the Abyss, which I don't really know quite how this works. This is like Lower Abyss Rashanta. So this is like, I don't really know how this works. I've never done it. It does give you a recommended gear level. Like, and my gear levels like around, my gear score is around 1400. So I definitely meet the requirement. It says requirement here's 1000. And then there is dungeons that you can run, right? And there's the exploration version of the dungeon, and then there's the more difficult conquest version of the dungeon. And when you run these dungeons, you have a chance to get loot. You can see now the exploration dungeon has a requirement of Fire Temple 600 gear score. And then you can see people have groups. No one's putting the gear score in these groups, but then once you get to the conquest level, It says the Fire Temple Conquest recommended gear score is 2200. But if you see these groups that are created, they're saying they don't want you in their group unless your gear score is 2500, 2400, 2700. So just getting, I mean, I'm nowhere near these gear scores. So to get your gear score this high, you've got to do all kinds of other stuff, right? You've got to do other like lower level dungeons. You can try to maybe craft some gear, which is a nightmare. You can do different events like Shugo events. These Shugo events that pop up every like 30 minutes to an hour. They pop up every hour, right? And these will give you different, you have a chance to get items. There's a ton of stuff to do in this game, but it's very weird. It doesn't feel, it's hard to explain, but there is a lot of stuff to do in this game. Like when you get to 45 max level, there is a lot of stuff that you can do. Like you can go in and farm mobs for materials. Like I can say, oh, like one of my favorite places to farm is over here. It's like Skyrim. These are fast travel locations. Click on one of these and you can fast travel to that location. And this is a good location for me to farm certain crystals that I like, right? So I can grab this guy, grab this guy, grab this guy. A couple of these guys. Maybe we'll grab this one. Maybe we can get this one. We're going to pull these guys. I'm gonna loot all that stuff. And then there's gathering like you have in World of Warcraft. You know, I can gather some herbs here, right? And of course, here's my inventory. Here's my bank on the left. I can take stuff from my inventory and put it right in my bank if I want, okay? I can go in here and I can break down these green items that I don't want. We can basically salvage these for obtained. We can possibly get a skin for transmog, which means we'll be able to transmog those items. If we get it, you only have a 25% chance. And we get these crystals that we use for, these enhancement stones that we use for enchanting our gear. It's the typical Korean system of enchantment where you go in here and you say, I have to spend 40,000 kina just to try to enhance this item from +3 to +4, and I only have a 50% chance to succeed, 1 and 2. And if it fails, this item will be destroyed. It will be destroyed, right? So again, your typical RNG bullshit Korean system. Now here we can enchant my boots, which is a 100% chance to succeed. Your gear enchantments up to +10 are pretty much, I think, 100% chance to succeed. And the nice thing about the enchantments for the gear is I don't think they get destroyed. You know, like if they fail, you know, like here, let's go this item, you know, it's going to cost me 40,000 to enchant this. This is a pretty good item that, well, no, it's not. It's only 57 gear score, right? But yeah, so put this in the bank, that in the bank. So yeah, there's a lot to do. There is a lot to do. You know, here's your abilities that I have. Here's your stigma skills. You can only have 4 of these active at once. They go down here on these 4 action bar slots, but you have all of these stigma skills to choose from. These ones that are grayed out, they're the ones that are locked, I haven't learned yet, and I can only learn 1 of them, so I don't know how I can get more stigma points, to be honest. I don't know if I screwed up, but I'm sure we can get more stigma points at some point. But these are the ones that I do have. I have these stigmas, so these are the ones I can choose from. But like I said, you can do seasonal content. You can do Transcendence, which is another dungeon type thing. You can go into the Abyss content. You can do Arena, Nightmare, Ascension Trials, Raids. We could do dungeons. There's Shugo festivals we can do. We can do crafting. I don't know what, I have no idea what Battlefield is. So there's supply requests here you can do to get Abyss points, which is the currency used to buy PvP gear. So we can go in here and say, oh, I want to turn in some of these materials, right? Go ahead and do that. We gained 410 Abyss points, 140 enhancement stones. We can go in here and say, you know what, I'm going to turn these guys in. So again, we're getting Abyss points, enhancement stones. Again, these, how many stones does it want? It just wants 5? Yeah, sure. Again, like these are worth doing for the Abyss points. So yeah, so anyways, Ion 2 is and the world, like, dude, the world is big. It's pretty big. The water in this game is off the hook, right? Check this out. The graphics in this game are really good, but it's not, it's weird. It's like, it doesn't have that kind of like gritty, like, it doesn't have like a gritty, you know, it's very colorful and, you know, as you can see here. Oops, I just jumped onto one of the things that shoots you up in the air. Which I wasn't trying to do. What I was trying to do was show you that the world is quite beautiful, right? I mean, look at this view. Right, here's the, you know, here's what looks like some sort of a memorial over here, I guess. Interesting. Walk up here, you can see the ocean. And it's quite a view. Check it out. And now we're in the water. And I think that the water in this is probably the best water I've ever seen in an MMO. I'm not gonna lie, I think it's that good. Let's see. I mean, look at these waves, dude. I wish I had like a surfboard and I could go surfing. So as you can see, it's a beautiful game. And there's a ton to do. I mean, getting your gear score up to like 2500 is not easy. It's very time consuming. My problem with this game is there are a lot of systems that feel like you're just kind of doing a lot of repetitive type stuff that isn't always fun. I mean, when you do these dungeons over and over and over again, it starts to feel, you know, very repetitive. You know, is it worth playing? If you like, I would say if you like PvP. And you like if you like PvP and you want to do, and you like if you don't mind grinding out like dungeons and and doing those types of things to get your gear score up. Because like I said, you're gonna have to go in here and do like maybe like some of these dungeons and try to get, you know, to get some drops, get these items. I've got enough. I think I've got enough Abyss points now at 46,000 that I can go buy the Abyss gear. But I think to get the Abyss gear, I think I've got to go to the Abyss. Let's take a look. So if we go to the Abyss, we want to go here, I believe. Right? I'll show you the Abyss. And the Abyss is just like Ion 1, where the Abyss, where people like PvP, you know, like it's like an open PvP world, open PvP zone, right? What is the portal to the Abyss? The other thing, to play this game, if you're not in Taiwan or Korea, you've got to have a VPN, right? All right, let's see. I don't know where to buy the PvP gear. I don't know if there's a vendor here. Like there's a command merchant. I don't know if this is like I don't know where to get the PvP gear. Let's take a look. Okay, now he's got other stuff. Abyss command. These are like command scrolls. I heard that if you buy these, don't use them. I just heard don't use these scrolls yet. You can buy them, but don't use them. I guess the Ion people that make the game are still working on patching that stuff. But I can see the vendors here for crafting. There's lots of crafting vendors here. Let me see. I don't know where to get the PvP gear, so I don't know if it's something from the menu or if it's a vendor in the world. So I'm not sure. So I'm a little bit of a loss on where to get the PvP gear, because I've never bought any PvP gear yet. Here's an alchemy merchant, more crafting tables. But if you want to go into the Abyss and do stuff, you can. But now we're in an open PvP world, so if you go out here and you have a low gear score, be prepared to get killed, and get killed often, right? Let's say I go down here, right? So when you kill stuff here, right? You can see that I obtained Abyss points. So I obtained Abyss points by killing these people, you know. But we are flagged PvP right here. So any Asmodean class who's in the Abyss right now can attack me and kill me. And if they kill me, I lose Abyss points. You know, I actually lose Abyss points. Ooh. And right there, now I'm getting attacked, right? And there you go. That guy just came out of nowhere and killed me in like 2 seconds, right? And so and the other thing too is I'm playing from the United States, so there's a couple problems with Ion. And one of the problems is what you saw right there. Is it's very difficult to see. People don't spawn like this. Like the draw distance is really short. Like so, you'll see an enemy player appear almost out of nowhere. Now, if we go back to the stream, we might be able to see, did he fly from above, you know, and attack me, or where did he come from? Because he kind of came out of nowhere, to be honest. Right there, you see that? This guy came almost out of like nowhere. Like I didn't even see him. He just like appeared. Which can be a problem for PvP if you don't, you know. But again, I'm playing from, you know, my ping is about 180 because I'm playing from the United States, right? Now, I don't know what happened to this other guy, because I mean, I thought I was kind of fairly safe because there was another Ilios here, but you see there's an Ilios right here. I don't know what happened to him. And this is also a disadvantage of how I like to play the game zoomed in. Like, it was just not really good for the Abyss. If you're in the Abyss, you should probably play with your camera zoomed out a lot so you can see people. Because you can see right here, I'm going to get attacked here in a few seconds. Right? Oh, I actually, the guy showed up. Did you see that? Right before I turned the camera, that other person got attacked. Right. Watch this. Right there. God, you can just barely see it. There. See the wings here? This guy came flying in. Right here you can see the wings. This guy came flying from the right side of the screen like a bat out of hell and attacked this guy. Look how fast it was. You saw his wings here, and then boom, here he is. And his one kill by, and he probably annihilated this person. There he is killing that person. I didn't even see him. I turned my camera. I start fighting this guy. I didn't even realize he was there. And then he somehow, like, almost teleported on top of me. Because you can see he's here. See, and he's still here. And he's already killed the other player. Because when you die, you kind of turn into this little cocoon. See, this little circular yellow cocoon is the dead Helios player. And his name, I can't quite make out. It's something boot. That's the guild name, I think, maybe. I don't know. And, like, he immediately was on me. So I don't know how he got from there to me so quickly. It was like it was instant. And I didn't get a chance to do anything. Like, he was just crushing me. You can see I'm already half dead. And now I'm pretty much dead. So, yeah, now I'm dead. So when you die, you turn to this little cocoon. So yeah, going into the abyss is, if you don't have good gear, you're going to get destroyed. You're absolutely going to get annihilated. And a lot of people don't go into the abyss without. Lots of people, if they go in there, a lot of people to get PvP abyss points. And I don't know how many. Another thing is, I don't know how many abyss points I lost by dying. Like, I have no idea. But you do lose abyss points when you die. The other thing is that the other ways you can get abyss points is by doing like these rifts that open up in the world. So you wouldn't be in the abyss here. You would be back in the regular world. And let me show you. Like, if we leave the abyss, we're going to go down here. And we're going to teleport out of the abyss to the Dawn Legion base. Okay, now we're in the Dawn Legion base. Alright, so there's a... Right here, I've got a quest. I think it's right here. See this one? And it's not that. That's the Purifying. It's probably this one. No, it's not that one. Where is it? Oh, it's this one. See this destroyed abyss gate? So these abyss gates is where these rifts will open, this space-time rift will open up. So when these open up on a time schedule. So we go into my Discord server. Why not both? Yeah. We go to my Discord server and we go to Ion 2 resources. There's actually a website here. So the rifts open up. Right, the rifts open up every so many hours. Like these rift spawns. Now this, I don't think this website's been updated. I don't think it's accurate. But the rifts open up like every 3 hours. So every 3 hours in the game, these rifts will open up and you can go through the rifts. And when you go through the rift, you go into like the Helios world. So like when you're like right here, like if I teleport over there by that rift right here. All right, let's just teleport to, I don't know, let's just teleport here. Whoa. And you can see, and there's another thing playing playing on the Ion server is it's not, the Taiwan server is not the most stable server. But anyways, we go to that rift area. When those rifts open up, you can go through. And what happens is Ilios get together in groups and go through the rift. And then you go through and you kill the Asmodean on their side. And that's how you can farm Abyss points without actually going into the actual Abyss. So there's rifts that open up in the world that allow you to transport to the Asmodean. Every Ion server has a sister server, right? So when you create a character in Ion, you pick whether you want to be an Asmodean, or whether you, like if I enter this server here, like this other server, which I've never been on this server before, and I want to create a new character, you know, do you want to create a new character? Say yes. And then if I go through the system, it's going to ask me, like, do I want to be an Asmodean or do I want to be an Ilios? I'm kind of surprised it didn't ask me already. I thought it asked you already before you even got to this screen. Here, let's go back to the server that I'm on. Here. Actually, you can see behind that screen it was asking, do you want to be Ilios or not? So, all right, so here's my character. Now if I go back to, let's go back. Yeah, see Ilios. So you can see right here. This is the list of Ilios servers. Now let's go back one more. Now, here you can pick, do you want to be an Ilios or an Asmodean? Now, if you pick Asmodean, now you're getting a list of Asmodean servers. Every server has a sister server. So if you pick like Ulgorn, there's going to be a Ilios server that's tied to this server. And so when the rifts open up on Ulgorn, which is the Asmodean server, when you go through those rifts as an Asmodean, you will end up on the sister server, which is the Ilios server. And I don't know if these are in an order that lets you know which is which. Like Ulgorn could be Kasaka. I have no idea. Maybe we can find out, right? Which Ion 2 paired servers, Ilios and Asmodean list. I don't know if we can get a list of these. But they are kind of grouped. So here it says, like in the Taiwanese version of Ion 2, the servers generally associated with English-speaking communities are paired as follows. Ilios servers, right? These are the ones that like English-speaking players play on. But so these two servers, like the Vizel server is probably, you know, like the Bakarma and the Chromede, I think these are linked, right? So here we're looking at the Asmodeans. So this server here is probably the linked one to the Bakarma server. So let's go back and see if Bakarma is down here on the bottom left. I hope it is, because if it is, then we'll know that these are organized in a certain way. And it is. See how Bakarma is here on the bottom left? So I'm going to guess that like my server here, which is the top left, Kasaka, that its paired Asmodean server is probably Ulgorn. So what I'm trying to explain to you is that on the server that you're in, when the rifts open up and you go through those rifts, you end up in the paired server of the other faction, and you kill them. You go in and you're flagged PvP when you go in that server. Anybody's going to be able to attack you, right? Any, you know, Asmodean, if I'm Ilios, any Asmodean can freely attack me because I'll be flagged PvP. And so that's one of the ways you can farm, you know, your PvP currency without having to go to the Abyss. Because if you go to the Abyss at a low gear score like what I have, you're just going to get annihilated. People are just going to destroy you. This game is heavily gear dependent. Like, gear means everything. Like, if you've got 2,500 gear and someone else is fighting you and they're 2,000 gear and they're a way better player than you, you may still beat them just because you have such an advantage in gear. So, do I recommend playing this game? Only if you're familiar. If you're familiar with Korean-based MMOs and you're fine with the RNG-based systems, and you're fine with the pay-to-win systems that exist in Korean-based MMOs, and you're fine with the very grindy, kind of ganky nature of the PvP, then yeah, play it. But if you're not fine with those types of things, then yeah, I wouldn't play it. I wouldn't play it. If you're someone who's more comfortable in something like World of Warcraft, you're probably not going to be very comfortable in Ion 2, because it's a completely different type of mindset. Anyway, so that's Ion 2. And I think I'm going to be playing both Ion 2 and Throne Liberty. So I'm kind of playing them both right now. Just because I haven't really played Throne Liberty that much. And I played it a little bit when it was the Korean servers. But not I hadn't played it much since it came to the West. It's unfortunate that the population on Throne of Liberty seems pretty low right now. Like it's like, you know, around 10,000 players or so. But I mean, still, I think there's plenty of people to play with because there's not that many servers. Like Throne of Liberty only has like 5 servers. You know, it's not a lot. And what a cool loading screen. I'm gonna take a screenshot of that. So Steam charts says that there's like, you know, 10,000 players or so. But if you go in here, right, we say, I don't know how we go back to the other servers though. Select character. And how do I go here? Go back. Can you only have 2 characters? Maybe you can only have 2 characters. Like this, I'm playing I don't have a subscription. I wonder if you can only have a total of 2 characters. I'm sure that if you go into the subscription, and I don't know much about the subscription in Throne and Liberty, so I don't really know what you get. I'm a newbie when it comes to Throne and Liberty. Okay, so here we're in the main town, right? What is this? Worker golem. Okay. What I like about Throne of Liberty is it definitely feels more like your typical like medieval fantasy game. You can see the developers at NC Software work on Throne of Liberty. Some of the same developers probably worked on Ion 2. There's a lot of similarities, but the art style in Throne of Liberty is way more traditional medieval. I mean, look at this town. Look at this beautiful, like kind of castle-looking, you know, fortress or wall, and you know the Bavarian architecture. This is your standard kind of MMO-looking game, you know, fantasy MMO. Whereas Throne of Liberty is different. I mean, Ion 2 is different. Ion 2 is more looks like Terra, you know. It's got these kind of wild, ball-type, crazy, like bright-colored forests, and you know, it's not medieval at all. So, okay. Anyways, but I'm gonna stop the stream here, guys, because I'm just tired. I'm gonna get something to drink, maybe get something to eat. But yeah, I'm probably going to continue to play both games, both Throne of Liberty and Ion 2. But really, honestly, the game that I don't know. The Ion 2 it's a grind. It's much more of a grind. I feel like the one benefit of Ion 2 is there's a lot of people playing Ion 2. Like when you go into those servers during peak hours, there's a lot of players. You can tell here that I don't think as many people are playing, you know, Throne of Liberty. Like, how many people do we see? 1, you know, 2, 3, 4, okay, 5. You know, I see like maybe 6 people here. So. Sticker is weird. I guess this is like
Lord Hobbs of Laslan resisted Revolupius, who had usurped the throne, but his dominion was taken by the Archean Legion. However, Laslan was freed again by the Founders Order, led by Captain Da Vinci, and the Laslan Allied Resistance Forces were founded here.
Okay, a little bit of history of the town. And I think it probably sets up our, like, oh, now that I did that, Okay, well, I see a few more people here, but what's this? Priest.
Einar's blessing. May his blessings be upon all life on Earth.
Snowball Fight Festival. Look, here's Santa Claus. So we got some sort of holiday events going on. Let's take a look at what the water looks like in Throne of Liberty. We saw that in Ion 2 it has amazing water. Oh, I forgot. So like when you go into the water here, you shapeshift, right? Doesn't look like you can swim down though. Yeah, so the water's not as cool as Ion 2. Ion 2 has these massive like waves. It's crazy. And it looks like Throne of Liberty has housing, so this is like a housing system. Reminds me of like BDO. So there's some sort of like a housing system in the game. Don't know how it works. Change servers, storage chest. Here's like weapon illusions. So we somehow entered a store. What is this? Accumulated login rewards. Check in. I'm not sure what all this stuff is. Current schedule. Again, I don't know what any of this stuff is. Accumulated login rewards. Here, purchase conditions, house size available. So we're in this house. This is a house you could probably own for your housing. Let's go ahead and leave the house. I like the art style though. I like the art style of Throne of Liberty better than Ion 2. This is very much more of a traditional fantasy looking MMO, which I really like. There should be some mobs over here we can fight. Let me see, here's the little stream. Okay. Do a little combat here. That's another player apparently. Okay, so you get a little bit of an idea. The combat's pretty cool. And then the other thing that's really cool is you can use any weapon. The one big advantage that Throne of Liberty has over Ion 2 is that in Ion 2 you're weapon locked. Like you're basically locked into a specific weapon. Like if you play a Templar, you can only use the sword and shield. That's it. If you play a Gladiator, you can only use a two-handed weapon, two-handed greatsword or something. That's it. So not here. Let's go ahead. That's equipped. So that the E means it's equipped. So we can go in here and how do we do this? So we can swap out our weapons and use different stuff. Like there's a crossbow here, right? And we could equip that. And then once we equip that, we've got to go in here and we got to pick out what abilities do we want to use. We got a quick fire, we got a nimble leap, we've got a mortal mark, and we've got a recoil shot. I don't really want to use a bow, to be honest. Actually, the weapons that I was really enjoying was this one, right? I really like the wand, and spellbook combination. Okay, so it gives you a ranged attack. It also gives you a heal. You can heal yourself. And then, let's see. And then we have to pick our other abilities. The other abilities I was using was, I think this one is Curse Explosion. So here, and then let's see, we got Swift Healing, and we've got Corrupted Magic Circle. And then what is this one? This one's Touch of Despair. Alright, so we got... Yeah, so the wand gives us a heal. I don't know why this Control E keybind isn't really working. Is that not Control E? It says Control E, but it's not doing anything. Let's put it here. Okay, that's right. You see that pretty much annihilates that. So yeah, the combat's a little bit weird. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, the combat in this game is very different, very unusual. You know, switching between a wand and a book and a sword and shield feels very unusual. It's a very different type of, you know, I've got a heal, I've got a charge, I've got like a defensive spell, I've got a dot, like a Shadow Word Pain type thing, I've got like an AoE targeted ability that does damage to people that are in that area. So it's interesting. And we also have this thing here where it can be used to complete Adventure Codex, right? So there's actually another thing that I learned. There's a video I've been watching, Complete Guide to Throne of Liberty, and it's a 2-hour-long video. So by the time I get done watching the 2-hour-long Complete Guide to Throne of Liberty, I'll probably know how to play this game. Like right now, I really don't know how to play it that well. So charge. Right. Stun this guy. But honestly, now that I played the Great Sword, I think it would be nice to try a different weapon setup. But anyways, I'm gonna go. I gotta go. I gotta take a break. I will catch you guys later, and we'll keep trying out some Throne of Liberty and some Ion 2 over the next few days. And I hope you guys have a good one, man. Peace out. Peace out.